Alright, so today we are working on our Airbag Stoichiometry at Home lab. So what you're going to need is vinegar. So you're going to need 6 different amounts of 25 milliliters of vinegar. So 6 containers with some sort of vinegar. And then differing amounts of sodium bicarbonate, which is just a fancy word for baking soda. So we have 0.5, 1 gram, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3 grams. So let's go ahead and get started here. So let's put our goggles on first. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to pour my vinegar, and this is all 25 milliliters, it's all the same amount. Pour my vinegar into my bag. All right, so now I'm going to carefully try to add the baking soda as fast as I can. Yeah, basically. So let's start with the 0.5. So I have 0.5 grams of baking soda in here. So like mentioned, I'm going to have to do it really, really fast. So here we go. So as you can guess, it's going to start reacting really, really fast. Okay. Okay, so as we can see, it pretty much has finished doing its reaction. We definitely do have some air in there. You can see for the description, it actually feels kind of cold, but we'll see how that compares to the other ones. But overall, we can see there's some air in there, not a whole lot, but definitely some air. And as we see, there is no baking soda left over, so it is just vinegar left. All right, so let's go ahead and do our next one. All right, so now I got my bag. I'm going to put 25 more milliliters of vinegar into it. Same amount. Okay, but this time instead of adding 0.5 grams, we are going to add 1 gram of baking soda. So let's try it. Once again, let's try to do this nice and fast. Okay, so once again we can see that the bag filled up more, not significantly more, but it did fill up a bit more. It does still feel pretty cold, but as we can see, there is no baking soda left over. It is only just the vinegar. So it got filled up a little bit more, feels a little bit more, yeah, actually it does feel quite a bit more cold. Got quite a bit more air, nothing significant. But let's go ahead and try number 3. All right, so once again, 25 milliliters of vinegar. And this time we are going to put 1.5 grams, you can see where this is going, 1.5 grams of baking soda. Okay, so okay, there was a lot more bubbles that time. You could see that right away. The air, once again, as you could guess, filled up even more, and it's still actually reacting a little bit, so I'm going to give it a sec. Still some baking soda in there. Alright, so once again we can see it's filled up nice and good. It's feeling very cold. So did you know that baking soda and vinegar is an exothermic reaction? Meaning that, or sorry, not exo, it's an endothermic reaction. So it makes things cold. And if you look, I don't think I really see any baking soda. So, all right, next. You guys know the drill, right? We got 25 milliliters of vinegar. Wow, smells very strong of vinegar. Okay, now we are going to add 2 grams. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, I just spilled some. Let's see, I'm trying to get as much back in as possible. Ooh, let's see. Sorry, one moment. Please hold. Let's try to scoop it back in. Well, that's definitely most of it. Okay. So once again, throwing it in, closing the bag. Ah, there we go. Oh man. Okay, this bag is pretty darn full. Okay, so if we look, we can see, you can probably see a little bit, that there's definitely still some baking soda in there. All the baking soda has not fully reacted. It is still fizzing a little bit, but there's definitely quite a good amount of baking soda left in there. And once again, feeling very cold, very full. You can see this is the fullest bag we've had for sure. Very full. Okay, so yeah, let's compare what we have so far. So you can see this was 0.5, 1, 1.52. So you can see the 2 is definitely the chonkiest. All right, but we got more to add, so let's go ahead and do 2.5 grams of baking soda. Okay, let's see if this is any different. So, I mean, we saw quite a big reaction with 2, so we'll see how it's different. Okay, so yeah, once again, we can definitely see that there is some baking soda left at the bottom. You can kind of see that there. This bag, ooh-wee, is very full, that's for sure. So even compared to the 2, I mean, it's a little bit bigger. So this is the 2, this is the 2.5. To see the 2.5 is a little bit floofier, and there's definitely a little bit more baking soda in this one. All right, last one. Let's see how it goes with 3 grams. Okay, so interestingly, the bag, I mean, it's definitely big, just like the 2.5 and the 2 were, but we're seeing so much baking soda being left over, right? And so the bag can't get that much bigger because all the reaction has happened. So once we kind of max out the reaction, we're not going to get significantly bigger, but this one is actually very full now. I'm actually like backing up because I don't want it to pop. I'm a little scared. Yeah, oh yeah. So it definitely did react more than, as we see, the 2.5 by like a lot. This is like very firm. I bet if I just like stabbed it, it would just explode. But yeah, so very cold in there. We have some baking soda left over. Again, of course, you can see it kind of there better in the corner. Super full. But the reaction can only happen as much as the materials provided can. So anyway, there you guys go.